Now, you know the rules. Robots do the painting. You guys do the guessing. And I'll give a few clues along the way. Now, since it's 80s rock bands, you guys are going to do pretty good at this category. Here we go. This band was part of the new romantic movement in the UK during the early 1980s. I didn't know it was a romantic movement. They were known for combining cutting-edge music videos with striking fashion. Their name was inspired by a character from the sci-fi movie Barbarella. That's a nice fact. Hey, yeah, you guys know. Good job, good job, good job. It's windy over there, huh? That's interesting. Yes, you guys all know. This is DuranDuran. You're going to do pretty well at this category, I think. DuranDuran was one of the first bands to heavily integrate music videos into the marketing, paving the way for the MTV era. What year was it that DuranDuran first hit the charts? Anybody know? Rhombus, Stewart, good to see you guys. Brenda's in the house. Medow's in the house. Arena's in the house, of course. Anybody remember the year of DuranDuran? Well, it was 1978. 1978. Let's go on to number 19. These guys look young in this picture coming up. This band emerged from the Essex music scene in England. These guys are all Brits. In the early 1980s. Known for their dark, brooding synth pop and layered electronic soundscapes. Their album, Violator, cemented their place in alternative music history. Hits like Enjoy the Silence and Personal Jesus remain iconic. Yeah, Stuart knows. Don't they look young? What's going on? Their influence extends to artists from Marilyn Manson to The Weeknd. I didn't know that. I guess so. That is correct. Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode, of course. 1980. Depeche Mode sold out the Rose Bowl in 1988. A feat unheard of for a synth band. The Rose Bowl. That's a big place. 100,000. That's right where some of those fires were down in Southern California this a couple weeks ago. Altadena, Pasadena. Yeah. Anyway, next up, number 18. This British duo took inspiration from psychological themes in their lyrics. Their music features a mix of pop, rock, and introspection. Their music features hits include Shout and Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Yes, correct, Stuart. You've got it. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Their albums, songs from The Big Chair, top the charts worldwide. The Big Chair. Who knew? They were named after a phrase in primal therapy. Have you guys done primal therapy? Tears as a release. That's where the name came from therapy. That's right. Tears for Fears. Tears for Fears, 1981. 1981. The band contributed significantly to the second British invasion. There you go. Part of the second British invasion. Yeah, you guys are going to do very well. This guy. But that's why we did it. Build up your confidence for the next one. Here we go, number 17. This New Jersey-based band became synonymous with the 1980s arena rock. Their third album, Slippery When Wet, turned them into global superstars. They created some of the most famous rock ballads of all time. Yeah, Stuart's on fire. Stuart's on fire. Living on a Prayer is their best known anthem. Yes, it is. Living on a Prayer. Don't challenge me to start singing these. Ain't gonna happen. They were one of the first bands to release a song online in 1994. First bands to go online. How about that? And yes, you guys know it is Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi's song, It's My Life. It's My Life. Got it, right? I got it. Saw a resurgence in popularity after being adopted as an anthem for resilience. There they are, Bon Jovi. All right, we're down to number 16. Let's do it. This trio, can't tell it's a trio yet. This trio blended reggae and punk. Their lead singer later went on to have a successful solo career. Yes, he did. Rosesand. Roxanne and Every Breath You Take are some of the most famous songs. Now, Roxanne, I mean, that goes back. I'm thinking that goes back in the 70s rather than the 80s. What do you guys think? They were known for their tension-filled yet productive relationship as a band. Correct. Everybody knows. Sting, their frontman, has won 17 Grammys across his career. Wow. I like that line, though. Their tension-filled yet productive relationship. The Police, of course. Yes, everybody knows. 1977. Wow, I knew it was back there. Every Breath You Take was the most played song on the radio in 1983. Every Breath You Take. Yes. There they are. All right, next up. This Irish rock band gained prominence for their socially and politically conscious lyrics. Their album, The Joshua Tree, propelled them to global fame in 1987. They are known for hits like With or Without You and Where the Streets Have No Name. I'm not familiar with that one. Their lead singer, Bono, excuse me, has been an outspoken, I like Bono better, has been an outspoken humanitarian and activist. Have you guys seen when they did the first show inside the Vegas Sphere? Did you see all that? The backgrounds and stuff. It was really cool. Very cool. I wasn't there, but it sounds cool. But they've performed in some of the largest stadiums in the world. And like I said, they opened the Sphere in Las Vegas. There they are. U2. 1976, they started up. U2 has won 22 Grammys, more than any other group in history. Record setting. There you go. Sting was never in the police force. You're right. He was not. Next up, you'll know these guys. This British band became known for their colorful and eclectic style. Their frontman, Blake, was instantly recognizable for its flamboyant appearance. Hits like Perma Camellia. And do you really want to hurt me? Because sometimes they were pioneers in breaking gender norms in pop culture during the 1980s. Way back, their music blended reggae, soul, and pop. That's right. You guys know it is the Culture Club. And that is Mr. Boy George. I don't know the answer, Jason. I don't know the answer to that question. Maybe somebody else does. Perhaps. Anyway, yes, the Culture Club was the first group since the Beatles to achieve 3 top 10 hits in America from a debut album. Did you know that? 3 hits off that album, first album. That's pretty big. All right, I bet you guys know these guys. This Australian rock band created a unique sound blending new wave, rock, and funk. That's a good start. Michael Hutchence, their charismatic lead singer, was known for his electrifying stage presence. Hits include Need You Tonight, Devil Inside, I remember that one, and New Sensation, I remember that one too. They achieved global superstardom with their 1987 album called Kick. Yeah. You gotta get that spelling right on that one. Otherwise, not the correct answer, but you guys got it. That's right. The band continued with different lead singers after Hutchins' tragic death in 1997. So they did try to carry on. In excess, they started in 1977. Kick has sold over 20 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling albums of the 1980s. In excess. Or in excess. All right. They were Australian, right? No? Yeah, you know these guys, though. We're back to the breaks. This duo consisted of George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. They brought an upbeat, carefree energy to the 1980s pop. Woke me up before you go. Woke me up before you... I can't do that one. I'll let you guys do that one. Their song Last Christmas has become a holiday classic. Last Christmas. No, I'm terrible at that one too. George Michael went on to become one of the most successful solo artists of all time. That's right, you guys know this is Wham! 1981. Wow. Wham was the first Western pop act to perform in China. And we do say it China nowadays. China. Got to pronounce that a little bit extra on the I. It's more like a Y. China. Wham's 1985 show in Beijing, China, was a landmark event that introduced Western pop music to China. Wham. There you go. All right, that was fun. Moving on to number 11. This British band, lots of British bands, helped define the glam metal sound of the 1980s. Their albums, Pyromania and Hysteria, were massive commercial successes. And you gotta like those names. And you'll know their hit, Pour Some Sugar on Me. Still a classic. And Love Bites. Love Bites, yes. The drummer, Rick Allen, continued with the band after losing an arm in a car accident. It's harder to drum with one arm, but I guess he doesn't. They were part of the new wave of British heavy metal. And do you guys know? Yeah, I'm sure you guys know. I'm sure we're just having a little delay. Pour some sugar on me. Correct, Rhombus. Correct. I'm sure we're having a little Starlink issue, but we have to just fight through it. There's no other way. Def Leppard is correct. Def Leppard. Hysteria took 3 years to record and became one of the best-selling rock albums of all time. There you go. Next up, number 10. Known for their gothic imagery. They blended post-punk with pop sensibilities. Their frontman, Robert Smith, is instantly recognizable for his teased hair and makeup. Yeah, good job, Rhombus. Hits include Just Like Heaven, Love Song, and Friday, I'm in Love. They are often credited as pioneers of the alternate rock genre. Their emotional and dreamy sound resonated with a global fan base. Correct. You guys all know this is The Cure. The Cure. Anybody remember the year that The Cure came on the scene? Disintegration, released in 1989, is considered one of the greatest albums of all time. There you go. This is not Kid Rock. It doesn't really even look like Kid Rock. But we always like the Kid Rock answer in the Trump era. This is The Cure, of course, The Cure. Disintegration, released in 1989, is considered one of the greatest albums of all time. There you go. More British folk. This British duo consisted of blank and blank. They became famous for their innovative synth-pop sound. Sweet, yes, you are correct, Stuart. You are correct. Sweet Dreams Are Made of This was a groundbreaking hit. Annie Lennox's androgynous look became an iconic part of the 1980s aesthetic. And Stuart knows the name of the band. Correct. Their music videos were often surreal and visually striking. Correct. This is the Eurythmics. The Eurythmics, 1980. Annie Lennox won 8 British awards more than any other female artist. Annie Lennox, and who remembers the guy's name? What's her partner's name? Annie Lennox, we know, and it was with Annie Lennox was Mr. You guys know. I do know. I'll let the answers come in. There you go, Stuart. Not that Stuart, the other kind of Stuart. Hey, Stuart. A different Stuart. Next up, known for virtuoso guitar solos, like the one in a song called Eruption. They released chart-topping hits such as Jump and Panama. The band went through 2 distinctive eras with vocalist David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar. That's David Lee off to the right, the left side there, or the right side, whichever side you're on. I believe it's your right side, perhaps. That's him off the screen there. Their high energy performances made them a staple of 1980s rock. I'm sure you guys know who this is. That is correct. Van Halen. Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen built his signature guitar, famously known as the Frankenstrat. Frankenstrat, I guess. That would be more proper. Oh, you remember the year of Van Halen? Anybody remember the year of Van Halen? No? Maybe so. Number 7. Though their peak began in the 1970s, they continued to dominate in the 1980s. Tango in the Night, released in 1987, spawned hits like Little Lies and Everywhere. Look at the offbeat ones. The music combined rock, pop, and emotional storytelling. No, it's not the Doors. Doors didn't have girls. Those are girls. The band's tumultuous personal relationships often inspired their lyrics. Yes. John's on the board. Yes, Stewart has it too. Of course. Stevie Nicks became a cultural icon in her own right. Fleetwood Mac. But who remembers the genesis of Fleetwood Mac? Now, this is back in the Bob Welch, Mick Fleetwood era. But when did the Fleetwood Mac band first form? What year? Anybody know? Fleetwood Mac's Rumors album still sells thousands of copies annually, even decades later. Hey, Anna, what's up? Good to see you. Oh, the old club in the house. Gang's all here. All right, let's see if you guys know who this is, because they look a little different here. Originally a progressive rock band, they look younger. They embraced a more pop-oriented sound in the late 80s. Phil Collins stepped up as the lead vocalist after Peter Gabriel left the band. Hits include Invisible Touch and Land of Confusion. Yeah, Stuart, good job. Correct. Awful lot of British bands. There's not many American bands. Collins later became one of the best-selling solo artists of all time. Oh, Genesis is correct. You are correct. This is the same year. They were formed in the same year that Fleetwood Mac was. Anybody remember what year that was? The Invisible Touch album was their first and only #1 album in the U.S. Yeah, they weren't huge in the U.S. Hey, Jan is in the house. From Utah. 1967 was the year both Fleetwood Mac and Genesis were formed. All right, you'll know this band. This American rock band rose to fame thanks to their power ballads and story vocals. Their most famous hit, Don't Stop Believin', became an anthem. Frontman Steve Perry is often referred to as the Voice for his incredible vocal range. They dominated the charts in the 1980s. They separated ways, World Apart is another signature song, notable for its dramatic video. Yes, correct. Oh, Boston, that was a good, I like that guess. Boston kind of looked the same as Journey, right? They did. Yeah, this is Journey. All those bands kind of look alike. This is Journey. Who remembers the biggest song from Journey? Don't Stop Believin'. If you got an 80s fan, they always play Don't Stop Believin'. Journey. That's correct. They became one of the most downloaded. Oh, Don't Stop Believin' became one of the most downloaded tracks of the 20th century. There you go. Next up, number 4. This band is actually from Athens, Georgia. They're often credited with popularizing alternative rock. Their breakthrough single, The One I Love, showcased their poetic and enigmatic lyrics. The song It's the End of the World as We Know It became a cultural touchstone. A touchstone. Yeah, Stuart, good job. Nice. Michael Stipe's unique voice and cryptic lyrics defined their style. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2007. Wow. There they are. Athens, Georgia. That's close to here. Nearby. Hours drive. That's right. REM. REM was one of the first mainstream bands to use their platform to advocate for environmental and social causes. I think they're still kind of rebel rousers on the political. I don't think they're very happy right now. All right, we're down to the top 3. Top 3 acts of the 80s. Who are these guys? Their debut album, Appetite for Destruction, is the best-selling debut album of all time. Sweet Child of Mine became the first #1 hit and a rock classic. Yes, indeed. Sweet Child of Mine. You guys haven't lived till you see me dance to Sweet Child of Mine. I can do an Axl Rose. Can't sing, but I can do the dance. One can dream. One can dream. Frontman Axl Rose and guitarist Slash are iconic figures in rock history. Welcome to the Jungle became the definitive anthem of the late 1980s rock scene. There they are, the Guns and the Roses. Yes, indeed. And I've got that Axl Rose little slide thing, my little slide move. I got that. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I had to admit that. Guns N' Roses' 1991 album, Use Your Illusion, debuted at #1 and #2 on the Billboard charts simultaneously. There you go. We're down to the top 2. I think you'll know these guys, although the picture, they're a lot younger. Though they started earlier, Queen had a huge impact on the 1980s with songs like Radio Gaga and I Want to Break Free. Their 1985 Live Aid performance is considered one of the greatest rock concerts in history. Yeah, maybe so. Brad's in the house. The gang is indeed all here now. Another One Bites the Dust showcased their ability to mix genres and rock and funk and disco, all those things. The music video for I Want to Break Free caused controversy, but became a cult favorite. Freddie Mercury's unparalleled charisma and vocal range made him one of the greatest frontmen of all time. But yeah, they're definitely younger in that picture. And then, I forget the guy's name on the top, but his hair is a little different. Queen's Greatest Hits album is one of the best-selling albums in UK history. There you go. Was I on Periscope back in the day? How'd you know that, Stephen? I did used to do this on Periscope. There's some stories there. How about that? Oh, it's going to happen occasionally that I get the answer away, Stuart. It's going to happen. Part of the game. I think you know this that last one. Known as the King of Pop, his album Thriller remains one of the best-selling albums of all time. Iconic hits include Billie Jean, Beat It, and Thriller. His groundbreaking music videos helped define the MTV era. The Moonwalk, performed during the Motown 25 special, cemented his status as a cultural icon. Yes, so started as the Jackson 5, right? In the 70s, and then I think in the 80s came in, it was just a solo career, right? Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson won a record-breaking 8 Grammys in one night for the Thriller album in 1984. Not just 8 Grammys overall, 8 in one night. There you go. Still can't help me dance? No. I was telling him that I have the. Were you here for the Guns N' Roses and the Sweet Child of Mine? Brad, I think you got that dance down too. I think you could do that one too. The Axl Rose. Well, that was pretty fun. We're going to have to do more music in the future. We'll have to do the 60s and 70s, revisit the 80s, and do the 90s. Can't wait for the 90s. Yeah, Sweet Child of Mine. You bet. Well, that was pretty fun, and you guys did awfully well.